Thank you for downloading the AOE audio ebook, Understanding Zoomers. This ebook is part of a series that serves as a compilation of AOE's best resources on a variety of topics, from AI and digital marketing to public relations and sustainability communications. Understanding Zoomers. What drives them? What is their impact on the future? Chapter 1. Who are the Zoomers? Generation Z, those born between the years 1997 and 2012, is growing up. Sandwiched between millennials, Generation Y, and Generation Alpha, this group, now the largest generation on Earth, is emerging as an influential demographic and driving impactful change that will shape our future in ways we haven't seen before. While we are not suggesting any one market to grade schoolers, marketers should recognize the influence that the older segment of this group has today. And as the younger segment ages, the future should be an important part of your strategic plans. According to Pew Research, American Gen Zers are the most ethnically diverse generation in history and are deeply interested in the world outside their own borders. As communicators, we must look beyond a mostly white culture to embrace this diverse group. Zoomers are highly collaborative and prefer in-person experiences. By creating these types of experiences, we can attract and retain new talent, develop a new and loyal customer base, and engage new advocates for our brand. Gen Z is the future of our workforce. They are our employees, our consumers, and in the not-too-distant future, our leaders. It's time we look at how we engage with them, in the workplace, on social media, and in other spaces. Your organization's future success relies heavily on how well your brand resonates with this diverse and influential generation, whether they're your customers, clients, partners, or employees. Don't get it mixed up. Zoomers are not Millennials 2.0. While Millennials are aspirational, idealistic, and expect brands to tell a story, Gen Z is authentic, pragmatic, and prefers living the story versus telling it. They are the first generation to have access to the internet and digital technology for almost, if not all, their lives, and they are spending more time on electronic devices and less time reading books than their counterparts. They do not like to be talked down to, hate clickbait, and want to be informed in a more informal and lighthearted way than their predecessors. Chapter 2. Marketing to Gen Z. ESG is a Gen Z preferred value. There are a variety of ways to measure the success of a company: its financial health, its longevity through good times and bad, the strength of its leadership, the loyalty of its customers. But in recent years, the definition of success has shifted from a purely financial meaning to one that also includes how a business impacts the world around it. Now, companies are being evaluated by investors, customers, and the general public on environmental, social, and governance metrics, also known as ESG, and are beginning to see the rewards and consequences of their business's actions. Additionally, prospective employees, particularly millennials and Gen Z, want to work for a company that values ESG. It's important to note that ESG ratings are not regulated by any government agency, so criteria may be inconsistent across rating agencies. They also encompass hundreds of factors, including environmental, how your organization positively and negatively impacts the physical natural world, carbon emissions, energy consumption, use of renewable energy, water and wastewater management, pollution, waste and hazardous materials management, social, how your organization impacts its employees, stakeholders, and society in general, labor practices, health and safety, diversity, equity, and inclusion, community relations and engagement, treatment of employees, relationships with suppliers, governance, how your organization is run, board diversity, executive compensation, overall ethical behavior, data security, supply chain management, policies, political contributions, internal corruption. In the AEC industry, there is a growing demand for firms that have made commitments to improving their ESG metrics. Some construction-specific examples of ESG initiatives include reducing or mitigating the use of purchased electricity and/or fuels for job site equipment, reducing or mitigating emissions from product transportation, employee commutes to the job site, and other project-related business travel, reducing construction waste, responsibly sourcing materials, measuring water consumption, and reducing or reusing what is used on a job site. Working with a minority or woman-owned business enterprise, MWBE. Working with local partners to bring new jobs and increased business revenue to the community. Enforcing safety precautions on the job site to improve employee health and well-being. Being involved in the community. Doing due diligence when hiring contractors and suppliers to ensure their ESG values align with yours. Providing equitable compensation. Hiring diverse candidates and promoting DEI initiatives within the organization. Beginning the ESG process can be overwhelming, but it's a must-do if you want to remain competitive in the industry. Construction has such a significant impact on the environment and communities. A firm's ESG efforts won't go unnoticed or unrewarded. When it comes to deciding where to invest in new projects, owners and investors take ESG metrics into account. They also consider ESG when deciding which companies to do business with. Those who are committed to ESG will find that doing the right thing ultimately leads to profit and success. Listening is key for associations to attract younger generations. For any organization, member involvement and engagement is crucial to success. Attracting younger employees from your member firms should be a key priority. According to Hiring Thing, 56% of associations are having trouble engaging young professionals. These statistics make it even more necessary for associations to appeal to younger audiences. With most member experiences structured around boomers, reconstruction is required to keep up with the changes in the generational dynamics of the workforce. The following tips allow associations to appeal more broadly to Gen Z to examine their membership offerings and engagement. Provide opportunities for growth, connectedness, and community. Younger professionals always seek opportunities to advance their careers and connect with others in their field. Creating specific networking activities, leadership academies, and mentorship programs are great ways to provide members with opportunities to connect while advancing their career paths. Gen Z also wants to see options for community service to understand the value of brands and organizations that are supportive. Service gives professionals another opportunity to network and foster loyalty to the association while giving back to the community. Encourage membership with flexibility and options. Segment for relative communications. Make an effort to send valuable and pertinent information highlighting the member's career stage accomplishments. Any form of communication, whether via email, mail, or even phone, should be segmented for age groups in your association. Typically, publications meant for a wider demographic are unlikely to attract Gen Z members. The standard membership tiers also may be less enticing to this particular generation. Associations should consider monthly or a la carte membership options that require less commitment while meeting needs for education, community, and service. Let them be heard and find them. Ask. Younger members may need more information or direction, so ask about challenges in their work and discover where they need more information and guidance. Listening can also teach associations how to guide and be a resource to members. Listening efforts allow associations to understand the needs of younger members, leading to new or refined programs, products, and services for the organization. Extra effort and creativity when connecting with younger members and providing meaningful experiences is essential for associations to succeed. Fostering a sense of community by creating opportunities will go a long way in engaging Gen Z members. Associations that take this approach with trustworthy interactions and genuine interest will see the benefits and be rewarded with loyal membership with strong leaders in the organization for years to come. What does Gen Z want from brands? Born between the years 1997 and 2012, Gen Z is the first generation to grow up with the internet easily at their fingertips, and social media as a strong influence in day-to-day activities. Unlike Gen Xers, who adapted to digital technology, and millennials, who were young enough during their adaptation to be considered digital natives, Gen Z was born into the digital world. They grew up with smartphones, and the vast majority of this group does not know a world without mobile video. They use text and apps to communicate, and they gravitate toward video-based platforms and immersive digital environments. Members of Gen Z have a different approach to how they interact, communicate, and collaborate. It is key that marketers reconsider their marketing approach because of this demographic's tendencies, behavior, and brand experience. Gen Z's influence has changed how B2B brands and marketers need to engage and communicate with their audiences. As the most diverse generation, making up 40% of all global consumers, Gen Z typically wants more control of their brand experience. Gen Z is authentic and pragmatic. They value visual-first storytelling, and they prefer a no-filter approach over perfectly posed images. Further, they want to be heard and collaborate in shaping a brand and the impact it has on the world. This is different from previous generations, both culturally and economically. Because of this, organizations must be more thoughtful and creative when promoting their brand, allowing consumers to co-create, share opinions, and grow in influence in order to benefit their consumers and not just themselves. How do brands implement co-creation, and how are they influenced by consumers? Successful consumer brand co-creation campaigns start with getting the consumer involved. Sourcing product ideas, social media surveys, using feedback from existing and previous customers, and launching campaigns with popular influencers or celebrities is a sure way to promote co-creation for a brand. How can brands reach Gen Z? As with any audience, to reach Gen Z, you have to meet them where they are. Here are a few suggestions. Video-based social platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. According to social media management platform Hootsuite, about 95% of Gen Z uses YouTube, 67% use TikTok, and 62% use Instagram. Zoomers' preferences for short-form video and authenticity are driving these platforms' popularity, and news outlets have confirmed this group uses TikTok and Instagram as search engines. In late 2022, Lennox Powell, content director at SEMrush, led an information-packed presentation at the Content Marketing World Conference on creating content for Gen Z. Here are the results she shared from a SEMrush study of viral videos on TikTok. 1 in 3 viral videos focused on a person speaking within the first 3 seconds. 60% of viral videos featured a person on the screen. More than half of viral videos used music as their primary background sound in the first 3 seconds. Emotions triggered by the viral videos: happiness, humor, and/or surprise. Virtual worlds like the metaverse. These online spaces create virtual environments for various activities. They often incorporate virtual reality, VR, augmented reality, AR, and other technologies to create a digital world that users navigate through using avatars. Organizations can enter established worlds to host virtual events, like concerts in the Fortnite gaming platform, or secure spaces to increase brand awareness. For example, Nike and Gucci each have space in the Roblox game and game creation platform. Nike Land features parks, courts, an obstacle course, and a running track, and Gucci Town has a cafe and a Gucci store. Visitors in these spaces can buy branded gear for their avatars. Organizations like the NBA and Coca-Cola have created their own mini virtual environments to sell digital and physical items and offer exclusive loot and discounts. For more examples, perform an internet search for brand NFTs. Lowe's Open Builder provides a free 3D product library to builders working in the metaverse, whether they are creating an AR experience, developing a game, or working within a creative design application. The construction industry can effectively tackle the industry's labor shortage and build interest in construction careers by leveraging immersive virtual worlds to gamify construction equipment and activities. Virtual and augmented reality. Leverage technology to engage younger audiences. As an example, since 2018, the American Concrete Pumping Association has been bringing VR concrete pump simulators to schools, job fairs, and other venues as part of their workforce development and safety training programs. Web 3.0. While Web3 communities are in their infancy, here are a few sites to watch: Decentraland, Diaspora, Steemit, and Sapien. Think of Web 1 as the read-only websites of the 1990s and Web 2 as today's interactive sites where visitors can like, comment, upload images, videos, and make purchases. The Web 3 focus is on increased privacy via decentralized apps, dApps, browsers, social networks, and financial components that are not controlled by a single corporate entity, made possible with blockchain technology. The emergence of Web3 is fueled by backlash against the cookies and centralized control of data and identity by FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Bottom line, Gen Z wants more control over their identity and data. Let's talk about the facts. Here are some key messages from Lennox Powell's Content Marketing World presentation. How Gen Z searches the internet. Younger users employ long-tail keywords for searches. Commonly used search terms: best, cheap, how-to. Reasons for not using Google: SEO blogs and buried answers. Sources: TechCrunch and Frackle. Content that resonates and doesn't. Preferred tone of voice: informal, friendly, and engaging. Preferred images, graphics: creative and lighthearted. 52% want to be informed. 35% say media talks down to them. 37% hate clickbait. Be creative and have fun. Start small, test out options. Create short-form videos and use real people with real lives. Interviews: employees about their work and clients about their experiences with your brand. Testimonials: how-tos and FUs. Case studies and best practices. Gen Z does not want to be sold to. They want to know who you are as a company and be part of your community. They want to get behind the scenes about your product and brand, what worked and what didn't work, and they want to have input. Shift your tone of voice from official and formal to casual and informal. Be authentic, be human, be candid. If you get it right, Gen Z will become your brand advocates through their social platforms. Chapter 3: Gen Z and TikTok. Since it launched in 2016, TikTok has taken the world by storm. The short-form video sharing app has more than 1 billion active users and is widely popular among Gen Z, making it an ideal platform for marketing to younger consumers and recruiting potential new hires. Its influence is also spreading to other age groups. What are the pros of TikTok? Wide reach. TikTok has a massive global following, making it a valuable platform for organizations seeking to reach a large and diverse audience. Viral potential. The social media platform is known for its viral content, with videos often spreading quickly and reaching millions of users. This makes it an attractive medium for marketers looking to create viral campaigns. The best way to reach Gen Z. Born between roughly 1997 and 2012, the youngest generation of workers and soon-to-be workers is currently the largest generation on Earth. They are highly active on social media, TikTok in particular. Gen Z's preferences for short-form videos and authenticity are driving the platform's popularity, and news outlets have confirmed this group uses TikTok as a search engine. In fact, web security company Cloudflare reported that TikTok surpassed Google as the most visited domain in 2021. Targeted advertising. The platform offers advertising options that enable organizations to reach specific audiences based on demographics, interests, and behaviors. Advanced advertising options also include CRM integrations. What are the cons of TikTok? Data privacy issues. TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. The U.S. government has expressed concerns over national security risks, citing the potential for users' personal data to be accessed by the Chinese government. Bans. Due to data privacy concerns, more than half of U.S. state governments have partially or fully banned TikTok from government networks and devices. In addition, some U.S. colleges also have banned or restricted the use of TikTok on campus wireless networks, citing concerns over potential security risks and the app's perceived negative impacts on students' well-being and academic performance. Those negative impacts include the app's addictive nature and potential to distract students from their studies. This is an ongoing development that is worth following. Content moderation. TikTok has faced criticism over its content moderation policies, with some users reporting that the app's algorithms promote and amplify inappropriate or harmful content. Competition. TikTok is a highly competitive platform, with businesses and marketers facing a large and diverse pool of competitors. This makes it challenging for organizations to stand out and gain a significant following. Key stats to keep in mind. According to social media management platform Sprout Social, nearly 40% of Gen Z say they're directly influenced by products they see on TikTok. Other noteworthy statistics include 61% of TikTok users are female. Users spend nearly 90 minutes per day on the platform. The best times to post on TikTok are Wednesdays and Thursdays between 1 and 3 p.m. The worst day to post is Sunday. Keys to success. When creating videos for TikTok, a best practice is to feature real people. According to a study of viral videos by marketing software company SEMrush, 1 in 3 videos focused on a person within the first 3 seconds. 60% featured a person visible on the screen. More than half used music as their primary background sound in the first 3 seconds. Viral videos triggered either happiness, humor, or surprise among viewers. Don't forget to have fun while creating your videos. What next? Deciding whether TikTok is the right platform for your organization boils down to your target audience and marketing goals. If your audience is active on TikTok, it can be an effective platform for building brand awareness and engagement. However, if you decide the cons outweigh the pros, your resources could be better used on other channels, like Instagram Reels. Chapter 4. Reach Gen Z with effective social media campaigns. Social media is important for business because it humanizes your organization. Providing more than a static website, social media platforms can elevate your organization's online presence and create an ongoing dialogue about your services and industry. Recognizing the speed at which companies can use social platforms to reach target audiences, a growing number of champions in niche industries are using social media to connect with customers, industry partners, prospects, and the communities in which they work. Structuring a social media strategy will help you connect with your audience and grow your business. According to a Harris poll on behalf of Sprout Social, 55% of consumers learn about new brands on social media. In fact, 77% of consumers are more willing to buy from a brand over a competitor after a positive experience with that brand on social media. You can't underestimate the role of social media in marketing. You are missing out on exposure and word-of-mouth opportunities if you do not actively exist where people are spending their time, on social media outlets. What makes a social media campaign successful? A great social media campaign is one that is creative and shows your organization's personality. When promoting a campaign on social media, you want it to feel authentic to your brand. Be the content you want to see. If nobody else in your industry is creating the type of content you want to see, create it yourself and post often. Video is the most engaging form of online content, and certainly a medium you should be taking advantage of in your campaign. Here are some tips for video content creation. Just start. Capture video and post. Use your mobile device to take videos whenever you have an opportune moment. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maintain good resolution. Short-form video content is gaining in popularity. Include shorter webinars and fireside chat formats into your video mix. Humanize your organization. Find people in your organization who are not camera shy and are willing to share their stories on your platforms. How did they get involved in the industry? What does a day in their life look like while on the job? What do they find fun or exciting or fulfilling about their job? Post about employees celebrating milestones, such as work anniversaries. Share behind-the-scenes photos or videos. Be sure all safety regulations are followed. While employees are accustomed to the equipment or processes they use daily, your customers and other laypersons may find them fascinating. Find trends and relate them to your industry. Reach people where they are. Consider this. 7 out of every 10 Americans say they use or have used social media, according to a recent Pew Research report. You know your customers are online, but where are they? What platforms are they using? YouTube and Facebook are the most widely used platforms among U.S. adults, while those under 30 seem to favor Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Of course, LinkedIn should never be discounted for professional networking. We're often asked by clients if TikTok is a good fit for their messaging. And, in certain industries, even established platforms like Instagram are considered emerging, since many companies haven't incorporated them into their social media mix. Incorporating a new social media platform depends on the organization, its audience demographics, and where its audience is hanging out on social media. If the desired audience is present, organizations shouldn't be afraid of trying emerging platforms. For example, since younger generations are spending time on TikTok, this new short form video platform can play a role in your recruiting efforts. While TikTok may not be a platform for your organization's marketing key messages, it could be ideal for reaching the next generation of workers. Is an emerging platform right for your organization? Here are some things to consider. Get data about the platform, then determine if the data aligns with your organization's objectives and target audience. If you're trying to reach Gen Z, then TikTok and Instagram should be in your social media mix. Instagram carousels can be a powerful tool for getting your organization noticed. Use tags and hashtags. When posting about projects, partnerships, or events you've participated in, be sure to tag the other players involved, including project owners or event organizers. Tagging others allows your posts to be seen by their unique followers, thus increasing your exposure. Hashtags are also useful to help categorize your messages and enable users to find your organization when searching for specific types of content. Here are some ideas for increasing engagement. Tag other organizations and people whenever possible and as often as possible. Use hashtags and incorporate the most popular ones for the subject. Check out online resources like hashtagify.me to locate trending hashtags. Create an engagement campaign. One simple way is by hosting an online photo contest for social media followers to share a unique image with a special hashtag for the contest's theme. Define your goals. You can measure a social media campaign's success by its ability to raise awareness. When creating a new social media campaign, consider the goal and the audience. A common mistake in social media marketing is creating content and posting without giving any thought to these crucial elements. Design your campaign's content with a goal and an audience in mind. This begins with the platform you choose and continues through your campaign as you interact with your followers. Gen Z is shaping the future of America. They are our employees, our consumers, and in the not-too-distant future, our leaders. It's time we look at how we engage with them, in the workplace, on social media, and in other spaces. To learn more about how to connect with Gen Z, reach out to AOE at www.aoeteam.com.